what I always recommend folks do is start with the core course. And that would be like, that's the anchor. I call that the Career Clarity course. And that is about 5 hours of videos with associated worksheets. And it takes you through step by step by step. Yes, you can jump around. Really do recommend to take it lesson by lesson by lesson. To get the most out of the program, and it's set up that way. There are additional courses, but that's really the main course. The other, courses are just a way of structuring the other resources. You can binge or not, as works for you. There is an online community as part of the program, and that's just a great space for folks to pop in and ask any questions that come up in the course of taking the course, right, of in the program. It's also a place for folks to introduce themselves when they join, and for others to read all of those introductions, right, and to welcome you. It's a great way to be in touch with me and to also have the input of other members. Post the links to any upcoming live events. So the links to the workshops are run through the community, as well as the live small group discussions, the small group coaching. Those are all set up as events in the community. So it becomes your hub for engaging with me and other members. When I started the program, I didn't have these monthly workshops, and it's something I added maybe a year later or something. And they are the best. They are so much fun. What they do is, hey, they allow me to interact with people live, and that's great for me. But they also allow us to go deeper into important topics that aren't covered in that core course. And those topics could apply or not to you, but allows us to just cover more stuff. So, for example, really fun ones that we've done are asking for referrals. Ooh, right? Like that's a scary topic, but there's a whole workshop uncovering that. Or we did one on from scholar to influencer, right? Is creating content, is that going to be part of you positioning yourselves for great jobs outside of academia? If it is, or it could be, here's a workshop for you. Those are live, and all of the recordings for those workshops are in the member resource library, and you'll find other videos in there too. The workshops, of course, as you imagine, are like a video recording, right, once they're recorded. The workshops are also they all have worksheets, associated worksheets, and some of them have other documents as well. So there's tons of resources, right? So even if you know for yourself that you don't want to watch that hour-long recording, I highly recommend the first thing that you want to do is click through to the associated worksheet and just like scroll through the different topics and resources. And that will give you like, in a minute, will give you a quick sense of whether you want to go deeper into that workshop topic. The older workshops, I update them, with newer, better content. I always want to be giving folks what they need to have a great experience, a great outcome after the program. So anyone who ever has suggestions for workshops, that's where the new workshops ideas often come from, is suggestions, is discussions that I realize, oh, we need to do more on this. So the workshops are great for helping folks with specific, already set topics. Explore your own relationship to certain, or your own comfort level with certain, ideas, whatever it is that we're covering, and doing work right then and there to advance, your progress toward getting the thing. I'm being vague because every workshop has its own, set of learning outcomes. You will leave the workshop, if you engage with the stuff of the workshop. Of course, I also want you to leave the group discussions, the Q&As, the group coaching calls with good stuff too. But those are really open to anything, to any topic goes. And sometimes we end up talking, it depends what we end up talking about, right? It really depends on who's there that day and what's going on. And sometimes we talk a lot about like the emotions around job searching. Sometimes we do a screen share and look at someone's resume. So we talk a lot about informational interviews, networking, anything goes, really. It depends where folks are at negotiation. Sometimes we've had members who have gotten jobs and they come back a month later and tell us all about it, right? So those are really like, I love those. Some people would hate this, but the surprise is really cool. And I would say one thing that's really awesome about those is that in the program, that there are people that come to the group discussions, even when they don't have a question or topic in mind that they want addressed, because they know that they're going to get something out of the call. I always ask at the end, what are your takeaways and what are your next steps? And it's different for everybody, right? Like I don't set the agenda. I'm going to facilitate, you moving forward, whatever that means for you that day.